I've reviewed hundreds of parcel statements this year. I've been reviewing hundreds of parcel statements every year for nearly 10 years now. So I've developed a very specific framework for exactly what you should be writing, depending on the competitiveness of the course. I know a lot of you guys think there's like Oxbridge, Imperial, and then there's like other levels of statement that you need to be writing. Essentially, a good statement is a good statement. The difference is obviously for competitive courses, it needs to be slightly better, right? Because there's lots of other kids who'll be writing very good statements also. It's all relative. So in one year, you could be writing an exceptional statement, but everybody else has done a really good job. And then, it's essentially just competition, right? So what I've done is I have fed like my framework, my exact framework into this body, which can help you to write your statement or actually just score it for you if you're not sure if you've done a good job or not. So I basically given it an LLM written parcel statement. I want to see how it does in marking it because it's essentially exactly the way that I'm thinking, right? So in this statement, and I completely agree with the feedback here, it essentially says it's 6 to 6.5, decent for mid-tier Russell group, but not quite top level. And the reasons are knowledge appropriateness, 5 out of 10. So knowledge appropriateness, what I usually mean when I give you guys feedback, it's a good enough level in terms of, is it A level plus? So there'll be some stuff which is like not good enough in terms of the difficulty of the concepts. And then also, have you explained it or is it really vague? So in this particular case, the statement that's been written for us, it says you mention game theory, but don't actually explain it. You reference books, but don't show what specific economics concepts you learned. Theories play out daily is vague. What theories exactly? This is the biggest problem. So this is exactly what I would say, which is if you mention a concept, you have to explain it, or there has to be some point to you mentioning it. If you're using it to support another point, that's fine, but it can't just be dropped in there because you just mentioning, hey, I've heard of this term game theory does absolutely nothing for you. Then we've got specificity and evidence. This is another one of my pet peeves is so many of you guys drop things in and it's so unspecific. It's such general language. So as it says here, the feedback is too much general language, intricate dance of decisions is fluff. Some nations thrive while others struggle. Which nations, what specific patterns? So all of this kind of stuff where I'm looking at your statements and I'm thinking, why have you written this? Like, why have you left me with more questions than we started with? That's what you have to avoid when you're writing your statements. If you're at GCSE or if you still haven't submitted your application, just always think to yourself, am I, as I'm writing, answering questions and showing my process and my journey, or am I creating questions? Because genuinely like 85% of the time, you're just like creating questions. And then what's the point?